मोहि सर्वसाहूढम् मङ्गलं भगवान् वीरो मङ्गलं गौतमो गणे मङ्गलं कुन्दकुन्दात्यो जैनधर्मोऽस्तु मङ्गलम् सर्वमङ्गल्यमाङ्गल्यं सर्वकल्याणकारकं प्रधानं सर्वधर्माणां जैनं जयतु शासनं जैनं जयतु शासनं जैनं जयतु शासनम् मोक्षमार्गस्य नेतारं वेत्तारं कर्मभूभृतां ज्ञातारं विश्वतत्त्वानां वन्दे तत्गुणलब्धये वन्दे तत्गुणलब्धये वन्दे तत्गुणलब्धये. Okay, everyone, we started this class to have a better understanding of the life around us and within us. And we started with very basics, fundamentals of philosophy, which are metaphysics, epistemology, and ethics. Metaphysics is nothing but our belief, like what do we believe the world order is, how world functions, what is our role in this huge cosmos. So that is all metaphysics is about. Epistemology is about how do we process this knowledge, how do we ensure that what we know is right. So, knowing about knowing is epistemology, and ethics is after creating our belief and ensuring that what we believe is right. How do we choose to act? How do we function? What our conduct should look like? That is charitra. So, the same thing in Jain philosophy is called Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitrani Moksha. We are right now at the very first phase of this understanding of philosophy, which is metaphysics. And the first question is coming to us is that what are we? And is this world around us is real or not? And for that, we saw that there are three realities: the physical reality, the earth samay, the objective reality, which is subjective reality, which is Gyan Samay, and then we have the connection, the bridge between the reality and the perception of reality, which is Shabd Samay, the words with which we associate with objects, right? And then we started having this problem of existence, the origin. Where do we come from and where do we go to? This is our journey has been so far. Okay, I hope we all are clear on this. We have in detail discussed about all these phenomena. Okay, today I'll start with this simple notion. So assume there is an artist, and the artist, he paints, he creates portraits of people, but he's such brilliant artist that once he has painted your face, once he has crafted your portrait, yeah, once he has done that, even your face starts looking like the copy of the painted face. His art is so real that even the real looks like a copy. You getting it? It is so realistic. The art is so realistic that, by looking at the art, we forget that there is a person whose face is this. We start treating that face as the person himself. You know who that artist is? That artist is everyone. Each one of us is that type of artist. I'll tell you how. So let's see that. Can you all see me on your screens? Yes? Am I visible? Right? Okay, so you can see me. But let's contemplate now. You see me, where do I appear to you? Do you see me on the screen? Do you see me on the lenses of your eyes? Do you see me on the reverse picture created inside your retinas? Do you see me in the very fabric of the Gyan? Where am I visible to you? Where exactly the seeing is happening? The seeing is happening at the laptop or your tablets, iPads, phones, or seeing is happening somewhere here where your eyes took through the reflection of light, it created on its lenses an image of you, and that image is being accessed by your consciousness. How is this happening? What do you say, Kritika? How this seeing is happening? Where do you see me? On the laptop screen, or the picture of me is made? by your own consciousness, and that artist has crafted such realistic picture that it looks like that you have seen the laptop. What has happened, Kritika and Karvi? Anybody? Yes, Kritika.
So it basically is created on the laptop because if you're blind, you can't see it.
Correct. So the image is definitely there on the laptop. I am not asking where the image is. I am asking where do you see the image exactly? On the laptop, on your eye lenses, or in your conscious reality?
On the laptop.
You see on the laptop?
Yeah.
Sure. Now you look at the laptop, the image you see, okay? Now you close your eyes. Can you recall what you saw on the laptop?
No.
You cannot? Okay, let me ask you this. Can you recall how aeroplane looks?
Yeah.
Where do you see that? The aeroplane is not here, not even on your laptop.
On your
Where
conscious.
where is that image being made? I'm asking that. That's my question. Where do you see? If I ask you to see your parents, your siblings, your friends, which are not here, but you know them, right? You can still see them. Not as clear as you can see if they were there in front of you, but still you can see them. You can see how they look. You can imagine what they must be wearing. You can see apple, you can see mangoes, you can see trees, you can see beaches, you can see oceans, you can see all sorts of things that you know of, right? Without those objects being in front of you, you can still see them. I'm asking you, where is this seeing happening? Where? It's happening outside or it's happening within you? Yes, Kritika.
It's
Where is
happening
that seeing
within.
happening? It's happening within you, right? So now we have two problems over here, everybody. Kritika has answered two different questions. Once, when I asked her that where did she see me, she told me that she saw me on the laptop. And then I asked her to remember anything that she can think of right now, which is not present in her room. And she said she saw it somewhere inside her. It was part of her conscious reality. Okay. Now, Arna, I would want you to answer when you see me over your laptop or iPad or phone, do you see me on the phone or do you see me somewhere on the layer, on the fabric of your knowledge, of your gyan, of your consciousness? Where do you see me?
The
I know.
fabric of our knowledge. The fabric
Sorry?
is our knowledge. Like in our head.
I- So you're not seeing me on the phone or laptop or iPad, which you're using right now?
I'm seeing, but that image is being projected into my head. Like
Yeah.
it's
So this is basic what we learn in our school, right? How the eyes see the image, right? We make the whole picture of how first the image is projected and made in inverse in opposite direction, and then it is again further corrected in the right direction. That's how the image is made on the lenses of our eyes, right? And then we perceive it. So simple. Now, I'll not complicate it, but everybody will have to, you know, participate on this understanding that I am whatever it is that I am knowing. It is being known on this fabric of knowledge which I am. And therefore, I can have a very good screen on my laptop. But if I have numbers on my eyes and if I have forgotten my specs, I do not have my glasses, no matter how clear the screen is showing, I will see the blurry picture. The screen is not showing a blurry Anubhav, but the image which is crafted by your knowledge is blurry. So you do not see the screen. You see the image crafted by your knowledge based on its perceiving capability. So if you have good eyes, you will see ultra HD image. If you're wearing blue lenses or black goggles, you will see the image which is a bit darker. It will have shade of it, right? It will be different. If you are wearing red glasses, the image will have red tint to it. Yes, everybody. So it's not what the image is, it's what type of perceiving capability you have. Correct? So the image which is seen by us is not what is there outside, it is what which is created inside. Everybody, sure? Prisha, making sense? Yes, it's simple, right? But we are such great artists. We are seeing the image crafted by our Gyan, but we have this illusion that I have seen this. Did I see this, or did I see the image of it painted by my Gyan based on its capability on the fabric of my consciousness? Do I see this real object, or do I see the copy of this object crafted by my Gyan? What is it that I see? Everybody, Samyakji, what is it that I see? Do I see this object, or do I access the creation of the copy of this object by my gyan, by my capabilities? If I have vision, if I have color blindness, so this is colorful, I'll not see it in that color because I cannot access color. So I'm not going to see this object. I'm going to see the real original copy of this, the exact copy of this created by my Gyan using my capabilities. Yes? Yes
Yes.
or no? Yeah. But how
Yes.
does it appear? The notion which I have, the belief which I have is that I have seen this.
Mm.
Have I seen this? I have not. Have you seen your laptop screen? You have not. The laptop screen is real. And what you have seen is the perception of reality. And that's why it is being said the perception of reality is more real than the reality itself. What, everybody? The only artist, which we all are, who creates the art, which is such vibrant art that it makes the original form dull. We totally forget that we are not seeing this. We are seeing the image of this. But I have in my mind that, see, none of you have seen your parents, how they look. So if you are two siblings and both have different eye numbers, both have different chayopsham, both have different capabilities of knowledge, they both have different image of parents in their mind. Because we do not see the reality. We see the perception of reality. We make our own reality. We are beings filled with, what should I say, self respect. We do not borrow anybody's imagery. We create our own image. We do not see borrowed image. I do not rent the scenery. I create my own scenery. So I am filled with self respect. I have, I would say, rather nearly stick attitude while I'm perceiving things that I'm not going to copy from you. I'm going to make my own copy of you. I'll not see you. I'll make your copy and then I'll perceive that. I'll access that. Okay. So I will ask you guys, have you seen mirror and have you seen your face in mirror? Yeah. Did you see the face shown by the mirror, or did you see the face crafted by your own consciousness? What is it that you saw? You saw, yes, Shrey, yes, yes. What did you see? Did you see your face on the mirror, or you saw the perception of your face?
The perception of my face in my
So, in
conscious.
reality, we have not even seen ourselves. How I look, I know only in imagination. First, these eyes cannot see my face. I need a mirror. I need a picture for me to access my face. Correct? And then I waste my whole lifetime thinking that whether am I looking smart, whether am I looking beautiful. When the reality is that I have not even seen me for real. I have only perceived based on the capability of my limited knowledge, which is variable. So I the same person look different to different people. Yes, everybody. So, how many versions of reality are there? As many people who can know and perceive, as many worlds we have to see. There are as many versions to reality, as many people are there. Understood, everybody, Jinav? Yes, making sense? Making sense? See
Yes.
how this illusion is popping up. This illusion, this arrogance is coming out of the belief that I can know this. I can read a book. Can I read a book? I don't. You open this same book. I have eyes and a child who is 2 years old. That child can also see the book, right? I can read the book. He cannot read the book. He can see the book. So why the book is not opening up itself to child, is it? The book is stopping child from reading, or the conscious capability of child is the limitation. So he does not read the book. He reads what his knowledge is capable of reading, what his knowledge is capable of painting. So merely if it is written in a different foreign language, which I cannot read, I don't know how to read Urdu. Okay, I do not know how to read that script of what how Chinese people write their languages, how Gujaratis write their language. I do not know that script, so I'm not able to read it. But when I open the book, which is written in Arabic, which is written in Chinese language, one of the Chinese scripts, if it is written in that way, I can see the book. But my knowledge captures the picture, but it does not show the meaning of those words. And thus, I can see it, I cannot read it. So I do not read the book. I read my knowing capacity. Yes, everybody, am I making sense or not? Yes. So we have this illusion that we know this world, but actually, what we just know what we know. So the more conscious capability you have, you can be 10-year-old child, but you'll solve easily complex mathematics problem. You can have a great eye for recognizing the chess moves. So I can see the chessboard, you can see the chessboard, but we both see different things on a chessboard because you know chess better. So you can think what is going to happen, in how many turns the game will be over. You can strategize what is going to happen because your knowledge shows you a different picture. The outer reality is same for both of us. The difference is made by the perception capability of my consciousness. Yes, everybody. Yeah, that's what we were talking about while we were talking about that proverb that if a tree falls in jungle, does it make sound? It does. Surely it does make sound, but how will you know? Because your perception reality is absent from that space. And without that perception, you can never be sure about anything. Okay, so amongst these two, this case of earpods, this case and the perception of this case, which is more important, which is more crucial for me to have? Whose existence is more important?
The
Whose
perception will be
existence
more
is more
important
Why would you say so?
because you can perceive it in a number of different ways, but the be important to
So
understand the reality of it.
simple. If it goes off, I have no problem. I will know something else. If it goes off, I will know something else. But if this goes off, then this room can be filled with all sorts of unique objects. To what point? Without my perception, this world shuts down. With my perception and this room being empty, with no objects inside it, still I have something to contemplate. So my existence derives meaning not from the mundane objects. My existence derives meaning from this conscious capability to perceive. Everybody, So, what is more crucial for us? To know the objects or to know? What is more important? To know all sorts of things, or just if you can know that there is nothing, even that is important. So, the power of knowing is important. The being can take care of itself. Yes, everybody, am I making sense? Right? And therefore, in philosophy, there is this one quote you will read in Western philosophy. It is, I think, therefore I am. Yeah. What is the proof of your existence? You perceive, and that alone proves. We can debate about its existence, that whether it is there or not. If we are 10 people sitting in a room, five of us say that, oh, it is there. Five of us will say, no, I cannot see it. It is just imagination. We can fight over this. But if all 10 of us, if none of us is agreeing that, am I there? Then it's off. The discussion is off. If you remove the knower out of the equation, then there is no point in debating about the existence of this, because the knower is absent. So, knower is more important than the known. So, a knower has to exist. And therefore, the first problem in philosophy starts not from the existence of this world, it starts from the existence of my world, my existence. So, we all exist. Yes, Dhruv, you are not part of somebody else's imagination. Dhruv, can you perceive? Can you listen to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it means what? It means you exist. You are a reality. Karvi, you are a reality. With Shrey, Yash, Samyak, everybody. Vanisha, Prisha, Soham, Jinav, everybody, we all, if we are able to contemplate and comprehend this, it means what? The first lesson in philosophy is what? That I exist. What is the first lesson? I am. I am. I am. Aham asmi. मैं हूँ. मैं हूँ. I am. And it is a mantra in itself. The favorite, let's learn this mantra in English, okay? It should be a favorite mantra. What is the mantra? I am. Isn't it a wonderful thing to be? I am. See, if I say it in Sanskrit, it will sound even cool, cooler than how it is sounding in English, right? And you'll see, oh, it carries some gravity to it. But the meaning is same. Aham asmi or aham brahmasmi. मैं ब्रह्म हूं. इतनी बड़ी बात हो जाएगी. But what does it mean? It simply means I am. Isn't it reason enough to get up and worry for yourself? Because I exist, then it is my responsibility to take care of myself. Nobody else is going to cover for me. I am, so I exist, and therefore, this existence of myself is my assignment, it's my problem. I have to ensure that this existence of myself remains unharmed, it remains uncorrupted. Yes, everybody, making sense? Okay. So the question now comes first, why did we talk about so many things? Why are we talking about all these things? Just to say that before thinking about whether the world exists or not, whether everything that we see is a dream, is a fragile dream, or it's a hardcore reality, before that, first acknowledge that you are there. See, if you're not there, there is no problem. The problem is not in the world. The problem is in we being in the world. Yes, everybody. If there is a fire in a jungle, there is a problem. But is there a problem for you who is sitting 1,000 miles away from that jungle? Not recently. Yeah. Later on, when it will affect the quality of air, the pollution, the effect it will have on environment, that will lead to a gradual impact. Okay, but does it directly impose a worry for you that, oh, there is fire in the jungle, start screaming, save, save. Why will I do that? It would have been my problem had I been inside that jungle. So fire in the jungle is not my problem. If I am there, then it is my problem. So every problem becomes our problem only when we are there. If we are not there, it is not our problem. Yes or no? Correct. So therefore, our concern is not about the outer reality. Our concern is that because I am here, I need my answers. So the first question is, why am I here? And the most common answer we get on world stage, on a global stage, whenever you throw this question from anywhere, why are we here? Everybody will look up and say there is a God who has created us, who has created this creation. We are his sons and daughters. It is he who made us, and we must bow down to him and thank him with eternal gratitude that he created us. Yes. So then the next question is, okay, fine. Since we are in philosophy class, we do not take anything for an answer. We analyze it, we question it, we investigate it. And if it suits our arguments, our reality, then we say that, okay, the God is there. And if it does not answer our quest, our arguments line, then we will say no. We respect that you think so, but for us, it doesn't look logical. Okay. So first we'll just start talking about what if we believe if there is a God, what can be the problem? So if the God has made this world, so general perception is that God has to be all powerful, the God has to be a good person. What if he's a bad person? Then we are doomed. We are trying to find justice and goodness in a world which is crafted by a villain God. A villain would make a good world, he would make an ugly world. So we are assuming that if God has created this world, then the God has to be all good, benevolent. God has to be all powerful so that he can create this world. And the God has to be all knowing so that he knows what he's doing. And so he also knows what will be the consequences of doing it. Understood, everybody? Yeah. So this is not the rebuttal of the gods making this world argument by Jain Acharyas. It is Epicurean paradox. It is something made by not Jain monks. It is there out there in public. This Epicurean paradox, in which very simple flowchart has put forth an argument that how it's.
I think
Good.
the voice went off. Yeah, won't be long, Dhruv, before Anupam joins.
उधर जाके बोलना हमारे
So by then, can we all think if the God is all mighty, he's so powerful, he's so benevolent, and God is all knowing. After that, can we have a perfect world? Okay, Anupamji is here.
So this is a very simple flowchart. I'll read it out. I hope you can see it. It's a bit tiny or maybe difficult to read on your phone screens, but I'll read it for you. So the first argument is if God has created the world and the God is great and all good and happy and benevolent and all powerful. So my first argument would be, ठीक है, I am looking for that God not because I am happy. Had I been happy, I would not find anybody. I would not search anybody to complain. If I'm searching, where is your manager? If I'm asking inside a store, why do you think I am asking that? I must have gotten some, like I have some a discomfort which has happened and I wanted to talk to your manager. So why am I looking for the manager of this world? Because I'm not happy. So the first assumption is evil and suffering exist. I saw there is badness. I saw I was not happy with that. So I started inquiring that, okay, fine, I have no complaints to make with this suffering, with this discomfort. I just want to know why was I sent here? Who was thinking? And what was he thinking? I want to know when he crafted me, when he created me. Okay? So the question comes, evil and suffering exist. And we all are, we all agree on this. Is there evil in this world or not? Are there only good people in this world? There is no wars, no drugs, no crimes which are very heinous, which are very violent are happening in this world. Everybody is so helping, supportive, cooperating, right? There is no poverty, there is nobody who is ill, there are no hospitals, no jails, right? Is it the reality? It had it been the reality, we'll not call it Karma Bhumi, we'll call it Bhuk Bhumi, and we'll all be eating and resting and happily playing. That's all. We'll not have to even go to work, right? So we are starting with this assumption that this world has suffering and this world also has evil, badness, crimes are happening, so criminals are there. So the question is, does God know about this evil and suffering? क्या भगवान को पता है दुनिया में इतनी बुराई, इतने परेशान लोग हैं? Does he know? If he does not know, he's not all knowing. If you say he does not know, then he's not all knowing. Simple. And if he knows कि यहाँ बुराई है, जैसे कि you are sitting in a classroom and a teacher is there, and one of your colleague with a pen in his hand, he's actually hitting another colleague. The question is the teacher there or not? You're saying no, the teacher is not there, then there is no problem. We cannot complain it to teacher. If the teacher is there, is teacher supporting this violence? Is it okay to hit that colleague in front of teacher because teacher is not saying anything? So the question is, we now question the character of that teacher. Does the God know that there is evil and suffering? If yes, so can God prevent evil and suffering? Can he prevent it? Because he is all powerful. So can he prevent it? So I'll have to say, if he is God, yes. So the next question would be, Acha, if he can prevent it, does he want to prevent it? If we'll say he does not want to prevent it, wants the evil and sufferings to sustain. But if he want to prevent it, then why does the God not prevent it? Question. You're getting the line of questions, the line of argument. Does the God know about all the bad things happening in this world? If he does not know, then this God is not all knowing. And if he's not all knowing, how can you call him God? Argument over. But if he knows, then I have two more questions. Can he prevent this evil and suffering? If he'll say he cannot. If he cannot, he's not all powerful, he loses the tag of God. Again, if he does not know it all, and if he does not have it all, how can he be called God? If he can prevent it, then does he want to prevent evil and suffering? Again, there is question. No, he does not want to prevent. If he does not want to prevent, means he has flawed intentions. So he's not benevolent. And if he's not benevolent, he's not God. What kind of God? God is a good person, right? G-O-D, God. You add another O to it, it becomes good. God has to be good, right? So a God who does not want to prevent evil and suffering, there is a problem with that God. So I will not call him God. If you say, no, yeah, he wants to prevent evil and suffering. So my question is, why does evil and suffering exist then? If he has power to prevent it, if he has intentions to prevent it, then why he has not prevented it as yet? We know the history of last 2000 years. In last 2000 years, we have seen Hitler, we have seen mass wars, we have seen killings of innocent people, we have seen what not across the globe. It's not just that it is happening in one continent, one country. It's happening all over the world at all times. In any time you flip the pages of your history books, you'll see bad people doing bad things to innocent people. Good people bearing the cost of what bad people do, greedy people's crimes, they are to be borne by the honest people. This is what is happening. So why it is still, so then the answer comes, the evil and suffering exists because of Satan. There is a villain into this picture. Okay, fine. So Saturn is stopping the God from preventing the evil and suffering. Oh, so Saturn is more powerful than all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-benevolent God. So God cannot destroy Saturn. If he cannot, he's not all-powerful. Other answer to it can be that it is not that God cannot stop these evil and sufferings. He's just testing us. He's testing us that what do we do? So to test us. See, if Satan is there and God cannot defeat it, God is gone. I do not believe in a God who is weaker than a Satan, because then who created Satan? The problem will be there. So Satan, the moment the Satan argument enters, the whole theory collapses. Okay. But if you say that God is testing us, then the question is, an all knowing God would know how we would react. Does he not know what are our capabilities? He's all knowing, na? Why does he want to test us? My teacher would want to give me a test because she knows not that I will pass it or I will fail it. So she is testing me to know my result. If my teacher would be omniscient, she will not waste money and time in examination. She will see, oh, he is intelligent, he understood it, let's promote him. So a God is testing us, puts a question mark on the capability of God, that does he not know what he has made? Does he not know what I will do if I will be put on test? So therefore there is no need for test if a God is all knowing. Okay? But then there is one more argument. It is necessary. The badness, the criminals, the suffering, it is necessary for universe to exist. That's why they're existing and God is not doing. So the question is, could God have created a universe without evil and suffering? If this is important, then is there another version of God which could have created a universe without suffering and evil? If we say no, the question will be, the God is not all powerful. He cannot create a universe without evil and suffering. And if you'll say yes, he could have, then why did he not? He's not all benevolent. And therefore, it is stupid to say that God has created this universe, because the arguments do not add up. In the end, it will be said free will. Why did he not? Because God chose to give us free will. So the question comes, could God have created a universe with free will and without evil and suffering? And the arguments keeps on repeating itself. So this is called Epicurean paradox, in which it has been said using simple questions that if there is an all benevolent and all intelligent God, then the arguments don't match up. Therefore, we do not believe in a God who created this world. This is not the argument put forth by the philosophers from Jain community. These are the arguments which have been rationally thought about in different philosophies, even in Western philosophies, which have questioned the idea of a creator God. Okay, we have a few questions. Yes, Jinav.
My question is that argument, which was that why did the God did not create a world without evil and suffering if he could? So the answer to that argument is that it is necessary. But if we can say that if he can, why did he not? So the debater, which is in front of me, he can come back to the point that it is necessary. That's why he did not make the world without evil and suffering. So
Why
what
it
to
is
do?
necessary? Why it is necessary? Why do you think it is necessary?
Yeah.
You tell me why do I have to live in a good house and my neighbor has to beg for the evening bread? How is it justified? What
Yeah, that's
it
not
solves a
benevolent.
lot many problems. Yeah. So if why either make everybody poor and say this is how it is. Either make everybody rich and say this is how it is. Make everybody equal.
Equality, yeah.
Correct? Good.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you guys thinking. Yes, Shrey, you have a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something that I heard of a similar paradox, sort of. That it's a really simple one that if God is all-knowing and all-powerful, he should be able to make something that he won't be able to lift. And if he can make that, then well, he's not all-powerful. And if he can't make that, he's still not all-powerful.
Oh, simple. So what Shrey is saying that if God is all powerful, let's give him an assignment that makes something so heavy that you cannot lift. So if he makes it, then he's not all powerful because he'll not be able to lift it. And if he can't make it, he's not the creator, he's not powerful because he cannot make it. So, yeah, that's a good argument, right? It's simple. But we just took very simple. See, in the class of philosophy, all these arguments would be of a very elementary level, okay? When we enter the actual examination of a creator God in Jain text, it is done on a very complicated and sophisticated level. We're not doing this. It is just for us to give a flavor of how to argument while your argument for your beliefs, while you're fighting for your own, you have intent to craft your own um, understanding of the world. So this is how you have to put forth the question. I showed you this whole flow chart just to tell you that yes, nobody can shut us down saying that no, you are too small to question that. No, there is nothing like this. In Jaina tradition, we say a young boy of age as low as 8 years, he can take Diksha and in Antar Muhurta, he can attain Keval Gyan. So a boy of as young as 8 year old is capable of holding the knowledge of whole universe. Then I think we are fairly we all have crossed that age fairly, and it is our duty to be responsible for our own beliefs. What like and our belief should not come directly from a textbook or from a teacher. They should be only accepted after we have done our thorough argumentation, thorough thought process. Okay, so now I'll give you a few more questions on this. If the God has created us, the simple argument is for me, a God would be anybody who is happy. Yes, simple. Because we are making this a point, we started the whole argument from this very knowledge that there is suffering and there is evil in this world. It means we do not like suffering. We want to be free from suffering. Yes, everybody? Shreya? Yes. So we do not like suffering. So I was thinking if I were a god, see, if I am sitting in my home, today is Sunday, I have nothing to do, what will I say? Okay, let's go out. Let's do some shopping. Let's go watch some movie. Let's go eat something. That's what we do. When do we move out? When do we switch what we are doing, switch from what we are doing right now? When we get bored, when we are not happy in status quo, when at level zero we are not happy, then only we'll progress to the direction one. Yes, everybody? So the question is simply when the God did not create us, what was he doing? He's God. He must be having the time of his life. Okay. Then did he get bored? What changed? What motivated him to create this world? What do you guys think? Let's think of the weirdest of the ideas that you can think of. If you were God, would you have this idea of creating a mess as ugly as the world that we see today? Yes, Shrey.
I actually had a question.
Yeah.
Um, if let's assume that there is some entity called God and he exists, then and let's assume that he did create the world and the whole universe, but the fundamental question still remains that who created him?
Yeah. It's brilliant. And I will say he is God. Why does he require a creator? He's God. He's God.
Well, if he doesn't need a creator, then why do I?
Okay. This is the simple argument. This is the simplest argument with which the Jaina theory of not believing in a creator starts. So if the God has created me, and you see the madness. Can you see me? You can see me. You can see me living. Yeah, I exist. I exist. There is a God. Can you see him? You cannot see him. I am asking, who created me? And you're saying this reality is created by a God I cannot see. Okay, fine, fine, must be. Okay, okay. And then who created this God? He's God. He does not need a creator. So hold on. What you can see, you are requiring a creator for the existence that you see. But you are not requiring a creator for the entity that you cannot see. So, an entity which is not visible, which is not there, nobody has seen him, nobody has seen him making anything, nobody has seen him living anywhere. You are without question accepting that he can exist without a creator. Who? An imaginary being. Then, if he can exist, he does not exist. If you are willing to believe in a creator, to exist without a creator, then rather, bhai, cut this process down na. Just let me know I exist without a creator. If ultimately you have to answer this and you have to acknowledge, you have to surrender to this fact that okay, the God was not created by anybody. And I have not seen God, but I see myself every day in mirror. I exist. So if existence does not need a creator, then why to complicate it further, add an imaginary being? Just tell me that everything exists forever. Nothing requires a creation, nothing requires a creator. So this is what the Jaina argument line is. The good thing about the Jain Tarka Shastra tradition is, the Jain logic is, the good thing is you will never find Jain monks diverging into arguments that you cannot test with your intellect without going into a sophisticated laboratory. You don't have to. See, suffering is always happening to layman people, to a normal person. A normal person who cares for about his family, who has problems of earning his daily livelihood, who feels tired, who sleeps, who wakes up, who enjoys the little joys of the world. It is not happening to great-minded scientists who have just earned a Nobel Prize somewhere. No, no sophistication. The suffering does not require us to be intelligent. But the suffering requires us to be thoughtful of suffering. That's how I can suffer. If I'm suffering and I'm not aware about it, it means I'm not conscious. If I can feel suffering, means I have enough wisdom that I can perceive suffering. Correct? So my initial assignment would be the way the way to get out of this suffering should be simple and should be manageable. I need not first need to arrange for microscope, telescope, all small instruments for my laboratories in which I'll test all these arguments and then I'll synthesize them and then I'll conclude. No. Simple argument. Simple argument is that if you are ultimately willing to acknowledge an entity to exist without a creator, because that's how it will happen, then keep it simple. Do not complicate it. Do not make a deity which is in your imagination. Sometimes we'll otherwise say that he's all present, so he does not have any murti, he does not have any idol, and you will go about destroying all the deities of temples, and you'll say that God does not have any identity, any shape, and you'll create a mosque. Or you will say that God is there, He's all present, but He sent His Son, and that Son sacrificed Himself, and then you will make a temple. We'll not call it a temple, and you will put a cross and you'll hang somebody, and you'll ask me to treat that person not as God. The God is all present, but as a son of God. So then you have churches. Then you'll have temples where some will have the idols of kings, some will have the idols of animals, even, half animals, half humans. You'll have different people, and we'll call them temples. And then somebody will say that, okay, there is no God, there is only wisdom. And they will, in their Gurudwaras, will put Guru Granth Sahib, and they say that God is only in Shabd. So there is Sabad, correct? And then there you'll have Jain temples where you will find simple, not any specified, simple meditating person who is just sitting and trying to meditate upon himself. Simple. No jewelry, no fancy ornaments, no instruments of violence, nothing, nothing. So all this is happening. Why? Because we have given up to this complication that there is somebody greater than me who I require to worship. It's only when you enter the Jaina tradition where every idol of Bhagwan is asking you to look within, not without. They're not doing this. Khush raho. They're not giving you Ashirvad. They are hand in their hand, eyes on their point of nose, and they're asking you, I am not looking at you, you stop looking at me. You also discover the universe within. Why? Because now we are not looking up to a deity who is greater than my existence, who is bigger than I exist. And that in itself is a great thing for me. And I do not need to bow down in front of somebody because he has created me. I can appreciate somebody that they showed me that everything that I need is within me, and I'll bow down to them. But if you'll ask me that, okay, I created you, surrender yourself in front of me, sorry. It does not live up to the argument, the basic, decent argument of the creation. So simple, the origin argument is that everything, if God can be accepted as somebody who has never been created, who does not need a God, then I also do not need a God for myself. And therefore, this eternity principle comes that nothing got created, everything existed, which resonates with physics, which resonates with science, that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It only changes its form. You cannot destroy a single atom, no matter how big uh, uh, weapons of mass extinction you make, you build, you do whatever you want to do. You cannot destroy a single atom from the space of this universe. And that's where the Jain metaphysics begins. It is called Akartavad. Nobody has created this universe. This universe has not been created by anybody. It has always existed. Okay, so in the next class, we'll be diving deeper into the argument of how the existence problem can be solved. And we'll be doing the basic mantras, basic sutras of Jain philosophy about metaphysics. And then we'll take quick tour of philosophy to conclude what metaphysics is all about. So now we have finally started into diving deep into Jain philosophy and any philosophy. We'll see and we'll borrow some wisdom from other philosophies as well, just to check that whether the direction that we're taking is correct or not. Okay, if you have any questions, you can keep them ready. Yes, Arna, you already have a question.
I was just gonna sir, what you said, like we're we don't want to be like, we don't want to say God is above us. Why can't we like accept, like, why is it a possibility for us to be like, okay, we're below God, there's someone higher than us? But like, I don't know how to say it, like, just because someone's higher than us and they don't have a creator, why isn't that just something that we have to accept? Like, why can't it be something that we have to deal with?
No, if somebody is higher than me, in what context? Of course, my parents are higher than me. I respect them.
Like,
My
for
elders
example,
are
if he was,
elder to me.
because
Hmm?
everyone's like, oh, he's so powerful, he's so mighty. Say, for example, that was true. It's like, why can't we just be like, okay, yeah, he's almighty? Does there have to be like, like, be like a way for us to be like,
I understand your concern. See, it's a beautiful thing to have gratitude in our mind, to have this notion that, okay, I'm not the only one. There is somebody who is higher than me. And therefore, I need to measure my conduct. I need to calculate my actions so that I do not offend some higher authority. Yeah, this is generally considered a good trait. You have an attitude which is controlled in terms that, if I'll not act in a certain way, I'll have to bear the consequences. This can be one of the type of mindsets. But the problem with that mindset would be, Aina, let's say I am a very disobedient child. I am very disrespectful. And I disrespect my principal, my teacher. What best they can do, they can abstain me from coming to the school, or they can just cancel my admission to the school, correct? So I'll have to bear those consequences. While we're talking about creation, a simple question would be, if I offend that creator, if at all there is higher authority, what are the consequences that I will need to bear? Will he kill me? No. Will he kill
I
me?
mean, we don't
Like,
know.
even if he does
We
not,
don't know.
even if he does not kill me, even if he does not kill me, I'm not going to live forever. So killing as a punishment won't work because I'm anyways going to die. Yes, everybody. Arna, making sense?
Yeah,
Hello. Yeah. Second, okay,
yeah.
so then he can put me through hell and will leave me to rot in hell. Yeah, that can be one way of making me pass through some serious punishment, right? And then I should be scared because in hell, we hear lot many things that will be boiled, will be cut into pieces, and all sorts of things. But then, but then, will he put me to hell just because I did not believe in him? Anna, if I meet you and I don't say anything to you, I do not wish you good morning, I do not say hi to you, and then you spend all your day grudging about it that Anubhav came and he did not smile, he did not say a word to me, I did not like it. Is it something wrong with me or something with your wrong mindset? You're so easily offended.
Mindset. Mindset.
Yeah, you're so easy. So a God who is so easily offended that he is willing to put me through hell because I chose to not believe in him. I do not consider that person of higher emotional intelligence. Correct? So if he can kill me, I'm going to be killed anyway. So killing is not his forte. He can, because the body is anyway decaying. He cannot make his believers live eternally. They are also dying. I am also dying if I'm not believing in him. If he is choosing to punish me just because I choose to not wish him well, then there is a problem with that. Huh, if I am doing something bad, if you're praying and I have come here to disturb your prayer, then I should go to hell. Not because I have made him angry, but because my act was not right. So if I am going to bear the consequences of my act, my actions, then why do I need God? I will bear the consequences of my good actions and bad actions. So judgment will be based on my actions. But if God is deciding that, oh, Anubhav is going regularly to a Jain temple, but he has not come even for once to a church or mosque or a gurudwara or other temple, he must be taught a lesson, then there is a problem with that God. Understood? So higher authority is not there does not mean that we should be disrespectful towards anybody. No. Just because there is nobody who has created me does not mean that I mock everybody. No. I have to live a disciplined, humble, a life filled with gratitude. But at the same time, I do not have to fall into this false argument that somebody has created me. Because the argument then further would be that who created him? And why did he created me? And if he created, why did he created such a ugly world? Had I had do you have a dollhouse you had while you were small, Arna? Dollhouse. So what you used to do when you used to make your dollhouse, you would also put, a hospital, and you'll take your doll and you'll make her sick, and then you'll do, okay, there is a bomb blast, or you will always have good, okay, the doll is going to look good. I'm going to make her hair like this. She's going to have these sandals. She'll be cooking this food. You always imagine, even when we play, we imagine good things or some adventurous things, not ugly things that there is a villain who came and who shot my doll over on her head. Who would think that? Even for entertainment, we like light entertainment. A God who has created this world, I seriously question his actions, his intentions. What was he thinking? Okay, so it's okay, right? That you ask that, yeah, what is wrong in thinking that there's somebody who holds higher authority than us? But at the same time, we'll also have to answer these questions to ourselves that why would a sane person do this? Okay, I think it's getting late for everybody. Dhruv, quickly ask your question. Maybe we'll tackle it in the next class. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so my question was just that if no one created the universe, then what role does karma play in shaping the lives of like us humans according to the Jain philosophy?
Beautiful question, beta. Beautiful question. And this is the same argument used by Acharya Kundev. You are saying that God has not created the world, but you are saying the karma has created the world. So your God is called karma. It's the same
Okay.
thing. They say God has created. You say karma has created. Both are believing in a creator. So there is a problem, even in thinking that karma has created this world. So whether karma has done it or not, we'll be dealing it later while we'll be discussing metaphysics. We'll keep this question parked. Okay? It's a very beautiful question. We'll do it. Okay? Chalo. For now, let's stop and we'll do Chinvani Stuti quickly. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए छिन्नवाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है उसके लिए छिन्नवाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है 9 times के मुखारबिन
द्वादशांग में जिनवाणी माता की जय हो।
जय हो।
महान जैन धर्म की जय हो। जय जिनेंद्र सभी
जय
को।
श्री कृष्ण
बहुत बहुत सुंदर क्लास अनुभव जी. I think the most important thing is you're teaching the children how to think, which is most amazing. To dig within, very, very deep. I feel so lucky for all these teens and youth that they are learning to think so much. Any quick takeaways? 1, 2, 3, quick. And I so knew it'll be Dhruv or Arna or Soham or someone. Dhruv, should we give others a chance to think?
Yeah.
Can you take everyone inside your brain, like how do you think? They have to do it for themselves, right? Chalo, aap hi bata do, Dhruv.
So miss, like one takeaway is that no one has created the universe.
Excellent.
And yeah, and we have been existing in the universe like for a time, and like no one has created the God as well.
Beautiful. Very nice. Karvi?
there are different perspectives of other people.
Excellent. Brilliant. Sehajta, you had your hand up in between. Sorry, we couldn't take you then.
Miss, I just had a question that if God didn't create the world, then who did?
That will be answered in the next few classes, Sehajta. Right. Any takeaway, Sehajta?
Miss, that God didn't create the universe
Mm-hmm.
and God doesn't do anything to us. He only does his Atma Dhyan and then goes to moksha and then stays happy in moksha.
Excellent. Excellent.
So he
you've
doesn't
given us
interfere in our life.
beautiful.
And Miss,
Very
I
good.
have one more takeaway.
Ah,
So,
bolo.
like a single atom in the universe cannot be destroyed, and always the matter is like always exist in some or the other form, but it will always exist.
Thank you so much, Anubhavji. Cannot thank you enough for bringing this brilliance into the kids' life. Chali.
Thank you.
Jai Jai.
Thank you. Thank you.